Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to my step-by-step guide to getting back to fitness. I started off with number one guide for activation of the muscles to run for 2 weeks, and the second guide was continuation of the activation to run for another 2 weeks, and the third one, assuming that the first two had been completed, could run for 4 weeks. That's no longer activation. That's now basically working out at a higher level. I then followed the videos with the next one recommending the kind of home kit that you could have. Essentially, I recommended um, kettlebells and dumbbells, a range of them depending on your budget. So I've created a video of 15 different kettlebell exercises that you could do, which targets different parts of the body. This video is for dumbbells, 15 different exercises. I say 15, the variations are more than 15, but just the 15 that I recommend um, you could do and targets the body. For those who either already have dumbbells at home or have bought some based on my recommendation, or are looking forward to buying one, just to give you an idea of what you'll be able to do with them. So, to reduce the length of the video, I'll go straight into it, and I'll try and get through these as quickly as possible. The first one is the swing. Even though I include this here, I actually prefer doing the swing with a kettlebell. But essentially, you hold onto the rim of the um, dumbbell. Um, you assume a gentle squat position, your butt sticking out, with a dumbbell literally between your knees, a bit further back between your knees, and as you swing up, you swing with your hips, and you let the dumbbell go up, and you squeeze the hip at the top, and the swing could be midway, a bit higher, or full. It really doesn't matter. It's just preference. It's just your preference. And don't forget to lead with the bum and gentle on the knee. So that's the first one. The second one is a classic, which you can do either standing up or sitting down, called shoulder presses. You hold the kettlebells, you hold the kettlebells, sorry, the dumbbells in this position, um, and just without using any other part of your body, you literally go up and back down. 10 of those. All my exercises, I generally do 10 repetitions, 3 sets of 10 repetitions. They're very different school of thoughts on that, but I'll let you decide what works best for you. So I wouldn't go into details about that. Just stick with 10 reps if in doubt, but it could be anything from 5, 10, 15, 20, 12, as you want. 3 sets of each. Um, so that's the shoulder press. The next ones are lateral raises. Actually, these ones, be careful. Don't attempt them with heavy dumbbells. These are just 5 kilograms. That's about just about all I do with them. Um, of course, I can go to 10 when I've done them. Actually, I have a bit of restriction on my right shoulder, but basically both arms, like that. I have a bit of restriction. I've not been doing shoulder exercises. Um, well, so those are lateral raises. I wouldn't do too many, not to put my shoulder in a back position. It's been for quite a while. So 10 of that. The other one are exactly the same thing, but this time front raises like that. As you can see, my shoulder allows me more movement this way. It's just that way that I can. So 10 of that. Again, no other part of the body would move when you're doing that and doing that. You could alternate them as well. You could do one, one, two, two, and do 10 of that. if you want. So that's a great exercise. Next one are for triceps, a bit of the shoulder. So you hold the um, dumbbells like that, and you literally just come up on the elbow. You can alternate them, or you can do them together. Again, 10 of that. If you're alternating, it's 10 one hand, 10 the other hand. Uh, so that's that. That's called hammer curl. Um, Next one is bent over row, which again, like you did for the swing, gentle feet and shoulder width apart, gentle bend on the knee, back straight, head looking down like you're looking at something at that angle to keep the head and the spine in alignment. So you bend your knees gently, and then only the elbows come up. And that's it. So that's the bent over row. Next one are reverse flies. Again, with these, only use the weight that you can manage until you know you're comfortable to go up in. And these are just literally, I don't know what view is best for this. You bend over, both hands in front of you with the dumbbells together, and you just go with a fly like that. Great for the shoulders and the back. So like that. And those are reverse flies. Um, Next one are the uh, deadlift. There are three variations of the deadlift. So I generally don't like deadlifts with dumbbells, but it's a variation that's good for the back, the quads, and the hamstring. So you literally bend your back and your knees gently with the kettlebell held in this position, and you just lift up with your legs and straighten your hips like that. One, two, three. So that's a normal deadlift. There's a variation of that, which is the split leg, where one leg is planted and the other one is on tiptoe, and all your weight is resting on this one, and the kettlebell comes down in front of you like that, and then legs straight, hips up. One, two, and then that will be 10 of that, and you switch over to the other leg, same thing. So that's a split leg deadlift. The third variation is a sumo deadlift. I do recommend a bit of all the different variations. The third one, you spread your legs wide, feet pointing in that direction, with the dumbbells right underneath you, preferably like that. And then you raise your knees up. And when you do that, the dumbbells will lift up at the same time, and your hips is the last to come up. So let's go back straight again, head looking at an angle to keep the spine straight. So that's the sumo deadlift. Again, 10 of that. Next one is the goblet squat. You hold the um, dumbbell that way to your chest. You can rest it on your chest if you want, or rest it under your chin and the chest if you want. And next thing is you just go into a squat position. Feet shoulder width apart, and you literally just squat. One. Another variation of that, you'll have to move your chin out of the way. So it's best to let it float away from your chin. You go down, you go up into shoulder raises, into shoulder press. So that's the goblet squat. Next one is the Russian twist. You would have seen these in my activation exercise videos. I think it's video number 3. So you literally heels to the ground, back at an angle back, um, dumbbell held on each rim, and you just go left to right, twist, the Russian twist. So that's that. The next one is the hip raises. So a hip raise is basically you lying flat on the ground, arms rested somewhere, head down, and you lift your chest up, and you lift your hip such that the only thing that's holding you up is your glutes and your hips and your back, and your shoulder, you're resting on your shoulders and flat on your feet. You put your bum, lower your bum without touching the ground, and then you go back up with a bit of by squeezing your glutes together. You go up and squeeze your glutes together. So this version with the dumbbell, you keep the dumbbell right on your waist, where your waist hinges. You hold onto it there so it doesn't roll away. You um, um, put your chest up, raise your hips to be in that hip raise position. You see I'm resting on my shoulders and my head is flat on the ground. Dumbbells on my waist, I'm holding it there in place, and then I just go down. Same thing, squeeze up, 1, 2, 3, again 10 of that. So that's great for your glutes. The next one is lunges. We all know what lunges are. Um, they're just steps where you put one leg forward and knee to the ground, and the other leg and knee to the ground. You could also do it on the spot by stretching one leg forward, knee to the ground, come back to rest position, and switch to the other leg. And that's what you're going to do with your dumbbells held in both hands. And you're just going to step forward, knee to the ground, back up, knee to the ground. So 10 of that. And 10 means 10 each foot, which is 20. So I'll literally just count 1 for first leg, second leg. That'll be 1, and then all the way to 10. So those are lunges. And my favorite by favorite chest exercise with dumbbells is the chest press and the dumbbell fly, which literally you lying down, feet flat, head to the ground, elbows to the ground. You raise your hands right above your chest. You you pump your chest up, and for the flies, you go sideways, arms straight as much as possible, gently bent at the elbow, and then you bring it back to the front. And when you bring it to the front, I like twisting it back into position where the dumbbells meet together, and then you kind of almost split it out and you go down. That's one variation. The other variation is again with them flat, maintaining that way with the palm in the up facing up position. You go down and then you bring it back up. I can recommend you alternate that way and that way. So those are flies. The next one, still in the same position, presses, chest presses. Again, elbow to the ground to start off, head down, chest pumped up, and then you just press up. Again, I recommend when you're up, you rotate to bring the dumbbells together and you come down. So you go that way, that way. Now, to make that more interesting, if you want to get the most out of your chest exercise, I will superset the flies with the presses like these. I will do 10 flies like that. 1, 2 to 10. When you get to 10, you don't rest. You just go back to starting position at the top, and then you go for 10 presses. 1, 2. That would build your chest, your biceps, your triceps, and your shoulder in one single exercise. It's wonderful. And the beautiful thing about it as well is whatever weight you start with will start to get lighter and lighter as the muscles develop, and you may want to, if you choose to, increase the weight and get the most benefit out of it. So that's the chest press and fly. Um, while also there, you could do your tricep extensions. Again, lying down. I'll use a lighter weight for that. Lying down, back flat, feet flat, and you hold the dumbbells just above your head with the elbows at a right angle, and you try lift them off the ground, and you lift up straight into the air, and you go back down without resting them on the ground again. So 10 of those are bicep curls. They're great for your biceps and sorry, tricep extensions. And the last one is your lats pullover. These generally is recommended on the bench if you have one, but if you don't have one, when you do it on the bench, your head is right at the tip of the bench so that your hands are floating off the bench. That way you can get your lats into it very well. But these could end up being upper chest because you don't have a bench, but it doesn't matter. Same as your triceps extension, you put the kettlebell, you make a V with your thumbs, and you rest the kettlebell right in the middle of that V, and then you use your palm, you settle the round part of the kettlebell in your palm like that, and you just let it go down to start off with. Arms as far out as possible, elbows gently bent, and then once you lift off, you start. You just lift, don't lift right to the top of your head. You stop somewhere by your forehead to maintain the load, and then you go down without touching the dumbbell to the ground, and you go back up. Again, pump your chest up when you do this, and like that, 10 of that. They're great for your chest and your lats. If you can get your arms further back down, it kicks into the lat, and that's a lat pullover. And those are my 15 dumbbell exercises. There are a lot more out there and a lot more that you can do, but that covers the full range of the body. You don't have to do all the 15 in one go. You could stagger them day after day after day for the different parts of the body, just kind of break them down. Um, while you're starting off with lifting, I also always recommend that you learn good breathing habits with it. And that basically means every time you're having to use a lot of power, you breathe out. And when you're relaxing, you breathe in. So if you're doing the hammer call, for instance, it'll be like, and if you're alternating, it'll be, when you do that, you get a lot of oxygen into your bloodstream, and also you avoid building internal pressure, because we tend to um, stop breathing and grunt when we're using a lot of energy, as in, and when you do that, that pressure needs to go somewhere. So rather than building pressure internally, if you breathe properly, it works better for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that benefits you, and I hope you find it useful, and I hope you will keep fit and keep working hard at it. So Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for me, put them in the comment box. I'll surely respond to you. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.